Well,
California, up to
that's
4
what
weeks after they're born, you can kill them.
I'm sorry, I gotta take a moment here. You're saying that in California you can kill a newborn baby up to 4 weeks until after it's born?
Absolutely.
That's not true.
That is true.
That's not
They
true.
passed a law in the last year or two.
That is not
They
true.
did.
That's not true.
You need to go do your research.
100% not true.
You need to do your
Where
research.
did you read that? Be honest.
National news media.
Post-birth abortion. Can you tell me where you read it?
It's been a while.
I've read it so many places I can't name them all. No.
It's hard to name them all right now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So you heard it here first, everybody. You know, I didn't know this until this morning, but now I know that murder is legal in California.
Professor Myers, you are here at the invitation of my Democratic colleagues, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. In his opening statement, my good friend Senator Whitehouse said, I want to quote, reproductive justice is economic justice, close quote. Do you agree with that?
I might, as an economist, use the word rights, but yeah, I do agree with that.
Okay. That's not true for the baby, is it?
Well, first of all, I would refer to a fetus, not
Yeah,
a baby.
but that's, well, a fetus. I refer to it as a baby. That's not true for the baby, is it?
The evidence that I presented to you, Senator Kennedy, was evidence about measurable effects on the lives of women, families.
Right. I
and
got
children
that
who
part,
were
but that's
born.
not true for the baby, is it?
I'm sorry, I don't really understand.
Well, it's
the
not
question.
true. Let me be clear.
Let me
I'm
back
sorry.
up. As an economist, I measure effects using data. I'm not here to talk about ethics, assignment of
Right.
personhood. That's not my
Well, but you
role.
said you agreed with the chairman's statement that reproductive justice is economic justice. There is no economic justice for the baby because the baby's dead, right? And then she'd pull the head out, the crushed skull out, right?
Senator Kennedy, your time has expired here.
Well, you
and
gave
Senator Stabenow
the
is
others
waiting.
plenty of time, Mr. Chairman.
Just letting you know, your time's expired. You have
Okay.
other senators waiting.
Well, I was waiting when you were letting others. I'm sorry you don't want to hear about what happens.
No, I don't think anybody
in
else
an
is
actual
going- I don't think
abortion,
anybody
but
else
I
is going
thought that
over.
was what we were here to talk about.
No one else has gone over. Some of the witnesses went a little bit long, but on both sides. So
I thought we were here
trying to
about
control that.
protecting mothers and killing babies.
I will start by saying that I made a promise to Miley that her name would not die with her. So that is part of why my activism is so important to me, is so people know who she is. I want to make two statements before I go into my final thing that I would like the committee to know. I think it was Senator Kennedy came to this hearing knowing that there was going to be a mother here who had to make the difficult decision to terminate a 20-week pregnancy, and he decided it was in his best interest to show a 21-week fetus. And his testimony was nothing but fear-mongering. From my experience, that was not my experience, what he was trying to persuade. Also, Mrs. Call, to answer your question to what he had asked, my procedure was an abortion. It is on my medical paperwork that I had an abortion, even though my daughter was deceased. It's not back and forth. An abortion is a medical procedure, whether that fetus is deceased or not. But I would like to ask the committee to remember my story and to remember that I'm one of thousands, if not millions, of people in this country that need or needed abortion access, and to remember that it's not black and white and one size does not fit all. We can't be putting politics into healthcare decisions, and also to remember these facts, that abortion access is essential healthcare, no matter how you want to look at it. It's essential healthcare for so many, and exceptions don't work. I'm a living testimony to that.
Listen, from now on, John Kennedy's name is Mr. Ding Dong. Because of his infamous takedown of Kamala Harris, you know, the public thinks she's a bit of a ding dong, but now that's just your name, brother. You got to live with it forever. But, you know, as I always talk about, the reversal of Roe v. Wade was one of the biggest mistakes that the Republican apparatus ever made. Some things have to remain a carrot in front of you dangling. Because once you catch it, sometimes it's all over. Republicans have been losing election after election after election since the reversal of Roe v. Wade, or at least greatly underperforming in the polls because the public simply is not okay with 6-week abortion bans. It's a line too far. You should have kept it a dream. So now when you see John Kennedy in the Senate or whatever, hearing, talking about how, New Mexico, Colorado, New Jersey, Alaska, again, as if just loads and loads of people are keeping their babies until 9 months. And then, you know what? I think I'll get rid of it now. Who does that? No one does that, which is what we saw this woman say. That just doesn't happen. Unless it's an unbelievable extreme emergency, who would carry a fetus all the way up to that point and then be like, you know what? I'll get rid of it now. That doesn't happen. They should have kept it a carrot on a stick, but they went and did it. And that's almost certainly why Republicans are about to lose in November.